It's time.
Let's start College Football Week 2 with the newest AP poll. And my biggest thing, and I think
You're not commenting.
favorite thing about this is the fact that
Moving on.
AP poll, they were not
Active community.
screwing around.
Oh, no.
If you had a lackluster win, you got punished.
Spam.
If you had a bad loss, you got severely punished.
Even to a good team, though.
Yeah, I mean, biggest examples. Number 3, Georgia, last week, moved up to number 2.
Huh. Yeah.
And Oregon, who was number 11, because they got beat by 46 points, got dropped out of the top 25.
Huh.
Like, that's, to me, if they were ranked 11th in the country, they saw something that they should be ranked that high. I guess, is Oregon that bad? Or is Georgia just that good? Now, we obviously know Georgia's a very good football team.
Yeah, I mean, if it was 27-3 instead of 49-3,
They might be ranked
20th.
17th or something along those lines.
Right,
Yeah.
but like their offense was bad and their defense was bad.
Everything about them was bad. Yes, 100%.
Right.
So,
What was the score of the Utah State-Alabama game? 55-14, something like that? 55-7?
50. 55-0.
Okay, 55-0. So Utah State obviously not anywhere in consideration
Right.
for rankings, as far as I know. I mean, maybe they were, but I as far as I know, they weren't. Like, that's what you would expect Alabama to do to Utah State. Here's the problem. When you're Oregon, regardless of if you're ranked or not, like, let's say it was Iowa that Georgia beat 49-3. Like, surprising? Probably not, but, like, no, they're not sniffing a top 25 ranking if you get beat 49-3. I don't expect SDSU. I would expect Utah State to get beat 49-3. Oregon cannot get beat 49-3 and be a ranked football team.
No, you're not wrong.
Especially, I mean, we're getting ready to go to 12-team playoffs here. There's only 13 other teams that get to be ranked nationally. You don't get to have a 49-3 showing against any of the ranked teams and get to be ranked until you do something against someone else that's decent.
Because realistically, I mean, I look at the
Not wrong.
top 25, and I don't know who Oregon stays ahead of based off of that performance.
Right. And
Everybody in the top 25 won, by the way.
What?
Like, everybody in this week's AP poll top 25 won.
Right. You didn't
So-
have anybody that lost stay in.
Wait, Utah.
They're still in.
Yep. So,
And they were 7th.
and they
And
only
are now
dropped
what?
6.
And Florida's obviously now ranked.
12th.
But again, if Utah kicks a field goal, maybe we're talking, or scores a touchdown, doesn't throw a
But-
pick at the end of the game, maybe we're talking about
12's aggressive.
12's aggressive for Florida, but them to only drop 6, like, so you're going from 49-3 completely out. You drop essentially 15 spots.
You have
right?
to play competitive football. The NCAA is too competitive right now for you to lose by 7 touchdowns and be considered a competing team.
I don't disagree, but you also have to think that's a team that Florida moved up technically 14 spots, and Utah only moved down 6.
Right.
You have teams like Ohio State who beat a top 10 or top 5 team by 11.
How far did Notre Dame drop?
Notre Dame was 5. They dropped to 8.
And that's not far enough in my opinion.
No.
But for Ohio, should Ohio State have dropped in your eyes?
You can't drop. I mean, where are you going to drop Ohio State to?
They dropped 1 below. So they dropped below Georgia because Georgia produced that.
Clearly, they're going to drop
But
below Georgia.
I mean,
I
I,
don't
feel
think-
like my
I don't think
problem,
that's right.
My
Why?
problem is that
They got.
I don't think they should have been ranked ahead of Georgia to start.
No, I don't either. And 2, why would they not?
That's the problem with preseason polls is that like
They
my
suck.
opinion of the preseason poll is different than someone else's. So like when something happens, like did I think Florida could beat Utah? Yes. Did I think Oregon could beat Georgia? Absolutely not.
Correct.
So like there, preconceived notion puts Oregon in a hole that specifically who they're playing 100% dictates where they should be ranked preseason. I mean, yes and no. Like what I've put Iowa, let's say Iowa in the top 25 to start the season. Yes. Would I have watched Iowa on Saturday and still have them in the top 25? They would have dropped further than pretty much anyone except for Oregon losing by 7 touchdowns.
Right.
Because at least Iowa showed 1 or 2 of the 3 sides of the ball are efficient. Oregon showed 0 sides of the ball able to do anything. Granted, against Georgia, but
still,
you're supposed to be a top 10 team in the country.
Right. I mean, to compete. That was not a competition.
So I agree. I think Georgia should have been ranked higher than Ohio State, but I don't think just because you beat an outside of the top 10 team by that much, that Ohio State beats a team that starts the year ranked 3 less than them by multiple scores.
I also don't think Notre Dame should be ranked 5th. So
And I think, but they're a bubble playoff team last year. They're like, okay, they haven't got that much worse this time. So that's where, for me, Ohio State, if they were going to be ranked above Georgia, should have stayed.
How?
But Georgia should have been ranked above them in the first place.
But I also think that
Ohio State didn't. They didn't. Wow.
They won by more than a score. They won
late.
by 11.
They didn't look good offensively or any of that. And Georgia looked.
It's the eye test.
Every bit of the eye test. So you should jump.
Is the eye. I like.
But I also don't care about rankings until later. So.
Right, but what I like about it is that the fact that they're, and hopefully it's not just week 1, that they're being that aggressive with movement in the rankings tells me that they're not resting on preseason ranks.
Correct. They're doing the change.
And I
now.
feel like in the past
they would ride it for.
Right. They just use that as a, oh, well, this is where they were. It's like, no. Like,
maybe they're
there's a lot of people in the AP poll, though, that shouldn't have ever been where they were. Like Notre Dame should never be 5. Clemson should have never been 4.
No, and maybe they're doing
Somebody's got to be, though. Ultimately,
maybe
is what it comes down to.
Maybe this is the new for them in terms of that and getting ready for the 12th team. Maybe this is the new.
I mean, do you think the winner of the Iowa State game this weekend is ranked?
Depending on what the rest of the league does, but no. Why would they be?
If Iowa wins by 3 touchdowns, and
what if Iowa State wins by 3 touchdowns?
They will if either of them win by 3 touchdowns, they're in. I don't think they should be.
Okay.
But they will be.
Gotcha. I don't think they will be. I was just curious.
No, I don't think they will be either. But I do like, so for example, like one of my big picks, and now they have to have a great rest of their season, win the ACC. Like NC State dropped because they only beat Eastern Carolina by 1.
Yeah.
Like they did not look good.
You want to talk about a game they should have lost.
Yeah. And I don't disagree. So them moving down 5 for me is okay, but why? In my eyes, why would you move them down 5 for winning and Utah down 6 for losing to an unranked team?
Because it doesn't matter. The ranks don't matter.
Because I feel like Florida, every year they want to rank Florida.
They need to.
Wherever. And Florida just, I mean, you're in the SEC. So an SEC team that overperforms is going to get more credit than any other conference in the country.
Especially early. Before conference play.
Florida's going to have plenty of time to lose to teams and get put back out of the rankings, let's be honest. Tennessee's going to be the same way. Like, they're going to look really good early.
Correct.
Blow some teams out, be 6-0, 7-0, 8-1, and then all of a sudden they're going to be 8-4.
Yeah.
7-5. And you're going to be like, oh, they beat a lot of the patsy SEC teams.
Correct. But I am glad that they're making a lot of moves with the AP.
Who's a better team? Colorado State, Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech.
So how does Michigan leapfrog Clemson?
Did you watch?
Clemson still won 41-10.
It comes out. It's eye test, man.
And Michigan won 51-7.
This
Georgia Tech is a better
eye test. Did you watch Clemson play?
Oh yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah.
It should have never been 41-10.
It was
Ever. They were getting beat. Like it was again a Notre Dame Ohio State example where Georgia Tech was winning the line battle for the majority of the game, and they just exactly
do what they needed to do. But yeah, I mean, like
Michigan did.
That's all it is week one. It's a week one eye test.
Correct. Which is good. I'm glad they're being aggressive with it.
Yeah. I'd rather see that
creates conversations like this
movement than the opposite.
Where
1,000%. Where they just wait and wait and wait. It's like, no, like if it doesn't matter, then let's move them around to like what did your eyes see?
Right.
And what do you think next week brings? And like, let's see what happens.
Absolutely. All right. College football week 2?
College football week 2.
Oh, that says week 1. But it's week 2.
What says week 1? Up top.
The top.
And then on the bottom it says week 2.
Yeah.
So the games we have on the
week,
slate,
huh?
wasn't the game of the week. I just left it on the top.
Yeah, the GOTW up there.
Because I think my game of the week probably ends here. But
none of them move the needle for me.
Right. There's nothing super cool about
compared to week 1.
Right.
Yeah. We're gonna.
And I wouldn't even say the games of the week in week 1 weren't even the ones that I would have said move the needle for me until they happened.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So not to say that there won't be a lot more of those, but
so game number 1. The only reason I put it on there is because there was a lot of hype around Texas coming into the season. Quinn Ewers, freshman, he looked good. But then it's Bama. And Bama is 20.5-point favorites.
I think he'll get his card.
Did you see the quote by the Utah State coach? Alabama was the best team to ever put pads on in college football. I think that's the best team I've ever seen put pads on. Wow. That was a post-game quote.
Did you see the size of that viral O-line guy?
Yeah.
Good. Love having that guy block for you.
Every part of him
taking his knees
was thicker than my whole entire body. Just like,
and he was not fat, by the way.
No,
there was not fat on that body.
See his stomach.
No, that was a grind. We would show you, but we got deleted by
maybe we can't.
So,
and that would probably set it off more.
So the total's at 64.5
here. I gotta pull up DK.
This is all FanDuel numbers that I'm reading off of first. So 20.5 Bama favorites in Texas or at Texas. 64.5 is the total. I mean, I think we can goon lock on our.
What do you think Bama's going to win?
I mean, it's a toss-up in my eyes. More of a pick'em game, but.
I wish, I didn't have to, the thing about DraftKings that I don't like is they don't organize
the games.
They do it by time, and it's everybody. But I don't know what time these play. Right. No one cares. It's 20 and 64.5. Money on the over.
Get the hat.
Money is neutral on the over under, and the money's actually on Texas to cover the 20.5.
Yeah, even on the money on DraftKings.
All right, well, Cole is shaking his head. You guys cannot see him.
There is no way Texas is in this ball game.
So, 35? They lose by 28?
I mean, this is like a Georgia-Oregon game to me.
I can see that.
Why
what gives
would
Texas be in this game?
Stop Alabama, and why would Alabama not crush Texas's offense? Why... I'm going under in this game simply because I don't think Texas can score enough to get this game to an over.
Because Bama would have to score
I don't think that
60 or 58 themselves is what you're saying?
And not to say that they can't, but
they would.
To me, this is the exact game Georgia just played last week.
I agree.
This is a statement game against instead of the Pac-12, Big 12.
Yeah. Who's coming to the SEC?
Who's coming to the SEC?
Oh, by the way, Bama already has a game under their belt.
Mac
which
Brown
means
must
some of
home.
that stuff.
Steve Sarkisian has already been quoted of this game's not going to make or break Texas's season, or this doesn't show our progress. Basically, just already
it's a
rolling
loss,
it up
but
right. And so, if Texas competes in this game, kudos to them. I think this is a roll damn tide.
I agree. I'm just having a tough time on the over-under because I'm trying to think of what Texas can get to, and it's weird, by the way. Just I'm going to put it on that. It's weird, like, having the other stuff up when we can't actually do anything.
Oh, yeah.
But it's going to be Bama, but the over-under is tough for me. Because I don't know. Texas is going to score. They're going to score late, but what do they get to? And I can't see more than 17. I can't. So now I have to go like 49. 49-17. I don't think Bama, they could score that. I don't think they necessarily are going to unless there's a bunch of turnovers.
That's over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm doing the best I can for Texas and probably what I think is the top for Bama.
And it's still only a point and a half over.
Still, yeah, so that's
why I'm where I'm at.
I'm going under as well. Do it. We're batting 1,000.
No, I'm not. I'm over in this game. I'm over in this game simply because your logic there does make a ton of sense. But I also I think it's going to be like a 42-24 game. So a point and a half.
Yeah, if Texas scores over 17, it's going over.
Well, point and a half.
I really agree. Yeah.
Point and a half, but that's why I think Texas is going to cover. I think it's going to be a late cover, where maybe it's a garbage point or something like that, or a garbage touchdown.
If Bama's up more than 21 or 28 into the fourth quarter, I don't think both teams have starters in.
I disagree.
Well, Texas.
I think Bama is look. No, I see, and I look at this the other way. Georgia did not pull their starters until very, very late in that Oregon game.
It was the first game of the year too.
But too late. You can't get your guys hurt in a 42-3, 42
first week of the game, right?
The first
right,
week, like you've already proved, you scored 5 straight touchdowns. You scored 6, and then you scored 7 straight. Like, you can't tell me Saban's not somewhere either showing them the film or banking that to they just did this to Oregon. We're going to be 1-2 all year. We're going to play in the SEC championship. Optics are going to matter.
And we won't.
If we happen to lose that game,
right?
We want to have dominated teams like they did, in order to get that playoff spot. Like those things matter.
Okay.
And I'm not saying they can, because hopefully Texas is better this year. It's better for college football if Texas is better.
Yeah.
I personally don't think they will be, but I hope they are, and I hope for all viewing experience that this isn't Georgia Oregon round 2. But in my mind, that's Alabama is taking a page out of Georgia's playbook and going for
Could you imagine if this is close into the third and fourth quarter?
Then yeah,
and all the pundits and everything we'll be talking about next week.
Now I hope that Ole Miss and Alabama is like that. I don't hope that Texas and Alabama is like that.
Ole Miss can do it, or Auburn. I
Love me some Lane Kiffin.
Absolutely.
All right, so Stoy's got Bama under, Cole's got Bama under, and I have Bama Texas over.
Okay, way to do that.
Baylor BYU.
Baylor BYU. Baylor went up a spot. They're number 9 now. BYU jumped 3 or 4 up from 24-25. Now they're 21st in the country. BYU is actually 3.5 point favorites going into this game.
Still DraftKings too.
So it's a total of 53.5.
So the books see this as a push because BYU's at home.
For now, heavy money's going to Baylor.
Yeah, I'm on Baylor all day on this.
Man, money line is plus 140. If you're gonna bet, you might want to do it today on Tuesday.
Yeah, give me Baylor.
This thing's going.
This one's going over.
Oh yeah. One team's getting to 40.
35 at least. 39.
Which puts the other one in the 20s.
I just didn't want to say 40 because you already did.
Yeah. Clearly.
A 39, 27 and a half game.
So over. That's what you were saying.
So over.
I will also take the over. And yeah. I think. Oh. Hey. Good luck. Except for Steve, because we'll get to him later.
Interesting.
But
that was not the game that I would have anticipated anticipated us Goon locking on.
But it did. We did.
I mean, I think all of us, with that being the case, think Baylor is for real this year and that Texas is not.
No, Texas, no.
So,
and I'm gonna put that bet in. I'm gonna add them.
I think just Baylor in general they're just a better team than BYU. That's my thing. Not that is Baylor legit? Are they a top 10 team?
Right. Do you think they're better than
be.
Texas? I mean, obviously they're ranked 9th and Texas isn't ranked, so like that technically shouldn't be a tough. But if Texas is in this spot,
what is do you think Baylor
Texas
returned a lot and
BYU?
they played well last year.
Do you think Texas is beating BYU on the road? I don't think so.
Oh, that's not easy to say.
I don't think.
I don't think.
I personally,
because I don't think the line would really be any different if that name said Texas or if that name said Baylor. I still think the line's going to be BYU 3.5.
I think the line is actually probably come towards game time. It's going to be more of like a 1.5 BYU.
You can get Bama Baylor at plus 157 right now on DraftKings. Just saying.
I literally think that it's going to be more like a.
I can't believe
minus 1.5.
BYU. I mean, I feel like that's stealing right there, and that makes me feel a little bit uneasy. But that game doesn't really move the needle for me much, other than the fact that I really like the line. So I would definitely play that game.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I'm locking it in.
I mean, and Baylor to cover on that is
right now.
Right there. Like that's a good bet. It's right at that number. Mm-hmm. So Goonlock there. Baylor over.
Yep.
Game number 3, number 20 Kentucky versus goes on the road to Gainesville. Number 12 Florida. 4.5 point favorites. Recent new number 12 Florida. 51.5 is the total here. Money currently is on Florida to cover that 4.5 spread. Money is neutral on the over/under at 51.5. Again, I'm reading FanDuel numbers. Stoy's placing a bet right now, so he will tell us after what DraftKings numbers are. Personally, I think the Florida team that we just saw is a top 15 team. So
I liked them.
I do like. I mean, I like them for sure. Straight up in the money line. If I went for total here, I like the over just because I think Anthony Richardson has just got firepower, and I think Florida's offense has firepower. So I think Utah held Florida better than what Kentucky will.
It's an SEC matchup.
Mm-hmm.
SEC unders.
SEC unders.
Spread-wise, I'm not 100% sure on just yet. So I'll let you guys kind of fill in the gaps here.
I'm just stuck in the total. It's Florida, and I can't decide.
We will not have a Goon lock.
Good. Although this season, I mean, we're 1 for 1 is what it is. Stats are stats.
I'm on the over for this, I believe.
I'm gonna go there too for 2 reasons. One, DraftKings has it at 52.5, so I think the
number's low to start.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Is the money on either side of that?
No, not here.
That's even money at 52.
Yeah.
Or 110.
Yep.
Even money at.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
And on
Kentucky. Granted, they played Miami of Ohio, but they put up 37, and Florida
right,
put up 29
they
against a good
throw
team.
The ball around, and they got a really good quarterback. I think Kentucky's offense is better than Utah's, and I think Utah's defense is better than Kentucky's.
So
that leaves me over. I think Florida got a little bit lucky, a couple plays here and there against Utah, who overall is a better team than Kentucky. Like if Kentucky and Utah are playing on a neutral field, I'm taking Utah. But, it's in Gainesville. I like Kentucky to find a way to win. I think that first game showed that, they can find ways to win. But I got to take Kentucky to cover this.
So you like
Florida. I like Florida to find a way to win, but I like Kentucky to find a way to cover. because I just think that this game's going to go down to
Because you think that Kentucky has a better offense than Utah.
I just think they're going to be able to find, and not that Utah doesn't have a bad offense, but
No,
I
not at
just
all.
think it's going to make, like Florida's going to have to prove it 2 weeks in a row. That's why I think the over, and that's I'll go Florida, Kentucky to cover the 4.5, and the over. So
4.5 is like at midpoint. Like you either
yeah, I mean, you think a team's going to win by a touchdown or not? Basically, once you get to that point.
Correct.
You can come back to it. We won't hold you to it.
I'm gonna say Florida in this one.
All right.
I think they will win by a.
Well, that was awkwardly close to a goon lock then. Don't be liking that.
Either way, it was going to be awkwardly close. If I book Kentucky or Florida, it's going to be awkwardly
I
close. I don't love that pick, but I think Florida cleans up some stuff. Some of those lucky plays, like you talked about, I think they clean up some stuff, and I think they win by more.
Tennessee Pitt. Holy number.
66.5 is the total from what I have.
66? 6.5?
I have 6.5.
Yep.
Tennessee is the favorite going into this game.
Even money around?
Man, it's Tennessee.
Even money on the total. Tennessee. The money's towards Tennessee actually on the spread.
It's Tennessee. That's at Pittsburgh, right?
Yep.
It's because, one's because Pitt barely got through. So that's a lot bigger.
I get it, but is
Tennessee's
offense that good? I think Tennessee wins the game. I'll take Tennessee money line.
So Tennessee's got a good quarterback.
How's their defense?
Let me see what the.
how do you?
They played Ball State, so
Ball State.
Right, but do we have any idea what it was?
So they gave up
What Ball State score?
10.
10. Okay. 343 total yards offense.
Mm-hmm.
Passed fairly well, honestly. They just had 2 interceptions.
Gotcha.
And a fumble.
12
penalties.
Yards per
5
play.
for 14 on third downs.
Because Pittsburgh is going to keep tossing it around the yard even if they get down. So I'll take the over. 37-31 was the score, or 38-31 was the score of their last game. Tennessee can put up points early in the season.
I do like the over 100% on this.
Give me Tennessee both and the over.
All State scored in the third and the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
All that was garbage minutes. So that means Tennessee's defense is
could play against Ball State.
At least respectable.
That's fair.
Enough not to, give up a bunch of points to a worse team.
Mm-hmm. So I'm not in love with Keaton Slovis. Yeah. So I think Tennessee definitely wins this game. That line at 6.5 for me is just one of those lines where if I think Tennessee's going to win this game, I think they're going to win by a touchdown just because of the line right there.
Gotcha.
I do like the over just because I think 59. Granted, it was against Ball State. I don't care, but you're scoring 59 points in a football game. Your offense is moving the ball.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah,
guys.
This is Maction right here.
It's so many points. I just can't. That's a lot of points.
You want that under?
It's so bad.
Got to get that under.
Got to get that.
Yeah. Give me the under.
Oh, we'll give it to you.
And let me go Tennessee Pitt.
I can't hate it. Can't hate it whatsoever. Last game.
Still end up winning by a touchdown.
Last game here, we got Iowa State versus Iowa at Kinnick. In Iowa City, Iowa is 3.5-point favorites, and the over/under the total is at 41.5. Clearly, a lot of offense going to be scored in this.
3.5 and 40.
That game starts with a 4, fellas. Give me the under.
Oh my God, Iowa's offense is so bad. It does not score points.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't get to 20 plus themselves. without a special teams or defensive score.
Yeah, this is a 2017 game.
I was going to say 21-17.
24-17 max. And that gets you a 41. So
I was saying 21-17.
I can't believe that number starts with 40.
I think it starts now.
Where is the money on anything right now?
Not here. It's on 40.
Money's on the under 41.5.
Well, it's at 40 at DraftKings.
There you go. So give me 40. I'll take the under at 41.5 all day.
Yeah, I will too.
So the only thing that I see happening here is that somehow this game goes to overtime
and then
it overhits.
skyrockets
Typical
from
Iowa State game.
Yeah, and the crazy thing, it might be 10-10.
I'll bite that bullet if it happens.
Right.
Yeah,
it might be 10-10 overtime.
Correct.
And then
Correct.
it just keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Happened before,
It'll happen again.
Ryan's got Iowa. Wow.
I can't do that.
Oh, man. I can't take Iowa State to beat Iowa.
It's Iowa at home.
With that crowd and second start for Deckers.
If it wasn't Iowa at home, if they were in
Ames,
mm-hmm. I think
that's where Iowa State plays its
think,
games. Yeah. Okay.
Jack tries to be
like we're thinking it was Minneapolis.
No,
it was okay.
Well, because you start thinking at that.
No, I was saying
you were thinking about your next stop.
Ames.
Yeah, right.
I think I'm taking Iowa State if it's in Ames.
Both sides. Obviously, you're taking Iowa.
Yeah.
Because so I heard this today, and I haven't seen these, but the handicappers rank all of the stadiums in college football, well, the prevalent ones,
right,
for they're worth a number of points. Home games. So 6 is the maximum for any, right. And it's probably my guess would be like Alabama, Georgia.
Yeah.
Iowa and Iowa State are both 5. So this is actually an Iowa State 1.5 favorite from a bookie's eyes. They're getting their 3.5
from the stadium.
Back from the stadium. So basically, Iowa Stadium is worth a field goal and a half, or a field goal and a half.
I mean that tracks.
That happens
a lot.
Like, so 3, yeah,
and it tracks even more so for this
game. This team. Like the way that they've scored, like you look at it, you're like, oh, it's worth a field goal and a safety. I just watched that last week.
Iowa has to prove it to me. Until they do, I'm going Iowa State. And yes, I'm not going to hedge myself. And yes, I'm going under.
I kind of was foreshadowing there a little bit. Cole, your spread pick here?
I'll hedge.
Safe.
I think Iowa finds a way to win by a field goal, honestly, is ultimately what it comes down to. This game ends up being 13-10, 10-7.
I think it's going to be
9-6,
21
12-9. I mean, some score you're not 12-10. Yeah. Like they're down 10-9 and kick a field goal.
I'm going 21-17. That's so I'm taking Iowa to cover.
Yeah. So you've got this hasn't. I assume you've got it filled in over there. This hasn't updated.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Iowa under. I think 21-17.
Okay.
I actually if the line was if this was in.
Speaking of what
Ames, I could have gone 21-17.
You haven't done your shitty shot yet.
Yeah.
Oh, that is true.
Go ahead and do that.
I do have one. For those who are wondering back home, we are using our lock bets down at the bottom as our tiebreakers, how we did last year, overweighting our D-Gen pick. So technically, Cole had 5 points down there.
Perfect card.
Stoy had
week 1. Perfect card.
Perfect card.
Stoy had 3, and I had 2. Stoy and I had the same amount of win losses up top. Ipso facto, Stoy wins the tiebreaker. I have a shitty shot.
Let's get it.
Dig. 2 shitty shots in a row. Deep Eddies, Ruby Red Grapefruit.
Nice.
Probably the worst Deep Eddies, like we said, but nonetheless, not bad. Not bad. Shitty shot counter.
Oh,
we are sitting at
breaking news. We have a breaking news sounder?
We have the trap on.
My son just got done with his second soccer practice. Their team name this year is the Wildcats.
Hey. Let's get it.
You know what our T-ball name was?
I'm assuming the Wildcats.
Yeah.
Okay.
So did your son name them both times?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna put money on he
Is
did.
your son just you
Just
see an
goes in-
influencer
he just
right there?
Goes in and is like Wildcats, and everybody's just like,
Yeah.
all right, fine, the Wildcats. So,
I saw a great. I think it was a TikTok or an Instagram reel, one of the two, and it was Ohio State naming themselves, and it's like, we need to have a good name. We need to do this. It's like, what did Michigan name themselves? And they're like the Wolverines. He's like, yeah, it's sweet. Like that's a cool name. That's a cool name. And one guy, he's got like his hat turned backwards, cross-eyed. He's like, the Nuts. Like, what? Like Ohio State Nuts? A Buckeye nut? And so they keep going. He's like, okay, so what's our mascot going to be? It's going to be a big nut with a Where's Waldo outfit. That's all it's going to be.
that is actually
Funny.
yeah.
That's
Like
pretty
in like
accurate,
the origin of team names would be just a fantastic documentary.
So there's Annie Agar, I think is her name. I think she does like Twitter. She's on TikTok. She's on all these, and she roasts NFL teams all the time. And she's gotten super, super popular. She does like good videos about NFL coaches or the Steelers this week, different kind of stuff. That's what it reminded me of. But it was this guy just changing outfits, and one of them was a Buckeye nut. It's like, what is that? It's a tree that drops nuts in Ohio.
And they're lucky.
I think. And
right?
then it's like, oh, it was hilarious. It was so funny. But we digress. That is our college football.
Yeah, we have to make those bets, but
We do have to make our
picks that you
locks
just
down at the
well,
bottom.
he just had shitty shots, so he.
Yeah.
a little foggy.
Whoa. Michigan, Hawaii's at 51.5. That's a big number
Man, does
For what?
Texas A&M cover 18.5 against
for
App
the
State?
spread.
I thought that was a total.
I don't think so.
What?
I thought that was a total. I was like,
App State's getting 18.5 against Texas A&M.
oh, hey guys, FanDuel finally updated to the AP polls, so now it actually shows the. Earlier, I was having to go buy the AP poll and this to see what were the best games.
All right. All right.
Moneyline lock.
I just had mine. Where the hell did it go?
Minus 200. That's interesting. Texas Tech favored over Houston.
Texas Tech quarterback is out.
I don't know where mine went.
Well, you know what you're looking for then, if you don't know where it went.
Gosh, that's so close, but I can't take it because it's under that. Another one close.
I'll take Baylor for my spread lock.
That's fair.
Since nobody else is jumping in. They're getting 3.5. I'll take them points.
Smart. I like. Maybe I don't like that. Where's Coastal? That'll give me my over under. It hit last week. Army over hit, Cole.
It did. I told you not to, and I lied.
I don't know where it went. I feel like the odds changed, and then it took my head away. Anywho, where's that USC? Give me the points on USC.
What is
Minus
that?
8.5 over Stanford.
Oh, whoa. Jeez, only had 8.5, huh?
Mm-hmm.
9.5 on FanDuel.
That's why you give me the 8.5.
I like. I didn't scroll near far enough. I like Oklahoma State 10.5 over Arizona State.
Give me the under on the Ohio State Arkansas State at 68.5.
8.5.
I mean, that's Ohio State scoring 62
8.
plus of like 68 of those. Like doable, but I don't think so. What do I got left? I got my money line. Ooh, I know what my DJ is. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? You guys will like it.
Is it your boy?
No.
I think I know. Maybe.
No. Give me Georgia State over North Carolina. Georgia State at home.
What's the
Plus 240.
It's 240.
Georgia
UNC.
State?
Georgia State. It's a D-Gen, bud. Let's get it.
Gosh, that's a lot of points. Kansas can't score. So, no, I don't like that one. Give me Wake Forest Vandy over. Gosh, this is a big over, but over 65.5.
I saw that. I like that. But I'm taking the Mississippi State Arizona over at 59.5.
Mississippi State who?
Arizona or Mississippi State, Memphis scored 63 last week. And Arizona, San Diego State scored 58. So,
I mean, yeah, actually, that makes sense.
Give me my money line lock on Baylor plus 140.
it's easy money.
By the way, that 4 better for me is plus 28.12. Yeah, boy.
I think I'm going to take Houston at plus 128 over Texas Tech.
Throw $5 on that because I want to hit one.
That's your money line lock?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to give him a redemption piece. I don't think he's going to throw 4 interceptions again. I don't want to do this, but Virginia Tech minus 138 over Boston College.
I saw that too. I just can't trust.
I mean, I don't love it.
Boston College lost to, reminder, how we started the show. Rutgers.
Yeah, I mean, you're true.
Yeah. I mean, Virginia Tech lost to Old Dominion. So you're
Right back at you, bud.
Damn it.
So coin flip. Someone's got to win.
I lose again. I've had to admit twice today on the show that I'm wrong.
My D-Gen pick, I will roll with. Maybe I won't roll with that. Where the heck is it? I just had it.
I'm rolling with Vandy. Plus 385. They looked really good week 1. I don't care who they played. They looked better than Hawaii. Or I don't know who they played last week.
Yeah.
But are they 2-0 right now?
Vandy? Yep. Yep.
Yeah, they're hot.
Where the heck did that go? No, I don't have that much belief in him. taking Duke over. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I lied. I'm not doing that.
Hurry up. We got to talk NFL.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's go.
At some point.
At some point, yes. Let's go South Carolina over Arkansas plus 270.
I can't say I don't know enough about South Carolina to warrant that.
I can't either, but I don't love really any of the other ones.
But you about to find
Gonna
out.
find out today.
I wanted to take Duke over Northwestern, but Northwestern looked better in Ireland than I thought they were going to. So
They played
can't take
Nebraska.
it.
Give me the.
They
Duke.
did
Give me
look
the Blue
better,
Devils.
but
Yeah.
yeah, they still played. A Nebraska squad that.
All right, locked and loaded.
Let's get it.
Ready for another great week of college football. Hopefully, just exciting as week one, but let's be honest, probably doubtful.
And also, really, it's week one of the NFL, so really, it's a focus.
The Man's League.
I mean, we're going to speak less for time about the NFL.
But
However,
we're going to watch more.
we're going to watch way more.
Yeah.
And it starts Thursday night football, which I don't know why we don't have that theme. Doesn't matter. Cut us off.
Thursday
anyway.
night football is instantly our game of the week.
So we can get
How often can we say Thursday night football is our game of the week? Not very,
man,
but this week we can.
The points have moved on this one. Bills, Rams. What?
Bills 2.5-point favorites,
It was 3.5 last week.
and 52.5 is the
'Cause I
total.
Bet on it. So
The money is actually towards the Rams on the spread, and it is even on the total.
total, it spreads 2 -2. Over under is 51.5. Money is on the over.
gosh. So many prop bets.
I know.
Oh my gosh. The memories come flooding back.
Oh,
The last bet that I
So-
placed was the Super Bowl, and I
Really?
hit a huge prop bet parlay, and that's why I cashed out and stopped betting until NFL started. again.
And here
So then I
Here
see it, and it gives me goosebumps. Makes my nipples a
So-
little hard.
makes my nipples a little hard.
Just a
I
little.
mean, this is gonna be a great game. I don't care. I know it's Thursday night football, but it's opening week, so it's gonna be good football.
It's everyone's
a little
picks
slap,
to win to get to the Super
A
Bowl.
little slap to the face for the reigning champs at home to not be favorites.
Against this team,
I'm just saying.
there is one team in the NFL this year that is a heavy favorite, and it is the team that the Rams.
I'm just
That's the slap in the face that they got to play them on
They
a
got-
Thursday
yeah.
night, the first game of the year.
Yeah, that's a little rude, but hey, it's great. It's great for TV. It's great for money.
Yeah.
Gonna be highly watched. Cannot wait to get done with soccer practice. No, football practice that I'm coaching and sprint to my TV. Actually, I'll probably put it on to pregame in my truck on the way back. Like, just is what this is gonna be. I'm excited. Boys are excited. Let's get it. I don't know. What do you want to say about this game?
Josh Allen.
MVP. Does he win his first
Stafford.
MVP this year?
The quarterback play in this game is going to be.
Best offense, best defense. Bills have both.
They do. Little Von Miller reunion. It'll be
Based-
fun.
Their cuts this year are starters on any other team in
On
the NFL.
all other teams. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Their one weakness, and I don't even know if it's necessarily a weakness, is their running backs.
Here's
No,
the thing.
Their punter.
LA plays at home. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's.
I mean,
no,
just saying.
it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
You don't have to have a punter
No, when you're scoring every drive.
unless you're Iowa.
Yeah.
Then you have to have a punter
Yeah.
for Heisman,
Yeah, probably 2 or 3.
which they do. So that's why they can win. But Buffalo, more to prove. LA at home means nothing.
Did in the Super Bowl.
There'll be
but
more
nothing.
Buffalo fans there
Yeah.
than Rams fans coming off Super Bowl. Rams still trying to figure out their roster from a receiver standpoint. I mean, they have starting receivers, they have starting running backs, but the Rams will fiddle with the roster, trying to make their team the best they can be come, week 10, week 12. Not that the Bills won't, but like to me, this is game one of 15 plus win season for the Buffalo Bills.
Whoa.
They're going to run. I mean, they are team on a mission after not getting the ball back in overtime against Mahomes.
Whoa.
They're looking to bushwhack people.
I agree to that, but wow.
Yeah.
15, huh?
Boom.
I mean, they're 13 plus, but 15 plus?
Here it comes. Only thing, I mean, injuries are the only thing holding that back, but no, there's not.
Oh, no, it was a great game.
Yeah.
Probably going to hedge myself on this one, which I did. DraftKings has an early win prop or promo. Mm-hmm. And if your team gets up by 7 at any point in the game, they'll pay out on the money line. So I forgot to put the promo in and put $50 on the Rams accidentally. Then went back and put $50 on the Bills. So I want the Bills to go up 7, get my money, and then the Rams to win late. It's a win-win. It's a win-win.
Or it's a push.
Or it's a push.
All right.
Right?
Either way, you're not making money.
No, we're not making money. One way we're making money.
That's fair.
One way we're making money.
Right.
Yeah. So you're going Buffalo. Well, clearly. Yeah. I like me some LA. I really do. So give me Buffalo Rams over. Both solid defenses, but we've seen in this league when defenses usually can start slow, but specifically when there's two really good quarterbacks and really good offenses, sometimes it just does not matter.
Yeah, Stafford, the Rams last year when they had super, super high scoring games, they were close, like for the most part. So that's why I like the over. I also think advantage Rams at running back.
Irrelevant.
Receiving core is kind of, I don't know. I like Buffalo Rams over. I almost.
How many points do you think LA is going to score?
They'll be 23-31 in my opinion.
That doesn't help me at all.
Oh.
How many points do you think Buffalo scores? Max. 37?
38 was my max.
Minimum.
23.
24.
I can't decide if I see this as a 28-24 game.
Or a 48-41, something like that.
That's right. So I'm going to take the over because I see that as my minimum, but I see this as a 28-24 game.
That's right.
And
Guys,
that's 52.
We're talking about two of the top 5 defenses. Obviously, the Bills having the best defense, but 2 top 5 defenses and going the over because that's how good their offenses are as well.
Yes.
It's nuts.
Well, it's also today's NFL with the athletes that are out there and
right.
What's allowed and what's not allowed. Like the game lends itself to offense, especially these primetime games. They want them to be high scoring.
Also, you haven't had the season-long grind. You haven't had the ability to see what new wrinkles are coming out on these offenses. Right. So defenses are on the back foot to start seasons anyway.
But that's always been the offense is always behind.
To me, it's always like the defenses are behind because you don't have
in
enough
NFL
film.
Or in college.
That's fair. That's fair. In college,
and the defense is ahead in college, behind in the NFL, simply because of the playmakers that you have on. Usually, you're going to be more vanilla on offense early in college,
correct.
Whereas they can hit the ground running in the NFL because they're in the same system.
Correct.
So,
yes,
all right,
that is correct.
And the NFL wants points. Especially in prime time. This game's all alone in prime time. Like
it's especially this game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on.
Raiders Chargers. Division matchup right out of the gate.
Yeah. Wow. Hello.
Of the most competitive division in the NFL.
Yeah. And again, it's week 1. These are the teams that have to compete against each other to figure out where they're going in the playoffs, if they're even going to make it, because they're going to beat up on each other.
I'm going to start with the over in this one, because if I think there's going to be 53 points scored in the other game.
There's definitely being 53 in this one. I agree.
Right.
Wholeheartedly.
Ryan's on the under then.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Chargers, right? The defenses are weaker.
NFL overs.
And, man, these teams are just going to They're going to be flying. I love it.
I am on. It was what it happened 60% of the time with divisional games. I am on the under in this game.
Okay. All right. It's a tough one to pick. Week one, without knowing much.
Again, obviously we pick these games because they're going to be good games.
It's going to come down to who do you like. Who do you like?
I mean, who gets the ball last? That's who I'll take. I mean, honestly, I think that's what this game comes down to.
You're not wrong.
Because both quarterbacks have proven that they can deliver in crunch time. They've both proven that they can lose games. Not that they can lose games, but their teams can find ways to lose games
in some
that they shouldn't probably lose.
Atrocious ways.
After scoring a lot of points. Their offenses aren't the problem. Let's put it that way.
No, I agree.
So,
which is why it's going over.
That's why I started with the over, and really, I don't want anything to do with
to hedge this
that game.
I'm not betting this game.
Chargers at home,
but I'm going to get my pick. Chargers at home, and I'm going to hedge it with the Raiders.
Also, doesn't matter.
No, Chargers, but I'm saying no. I'm not saying I was just copying you. I'm saying Chargers
100%
money line, Raiders to cover, because in my eyes, this is a coin flip.
I mean, I think these two teams are going to split this year, and they're both going to win at home. That's my thing.
Right.
I'm going to go the opposite of that.
They're going to win away, but they're still splitting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
I'm going to split it up here. I think the Chargers.
We got to leave Monday Night Football till Monday night.
That's just. I mean, that's not a smart play by me, but that's fine.
There's more
Chargers
games
have a better defense than the Raiders.
Yes, and that might be the difference.
And that's ultimately the difference.
I agree.
But
there's more games than these ones that I like better. But if we're talking about our teams again, like we did last year,
the Raiders have better receivers.
Correct.
And a better tight end.
Correct.
They don't have a better running back.
But that's not relevant.
And they do have who has a better running game?
Their receivers are.
They both have good pass
Their
rush.
receivers are close.
They don't run the ball.
But the Raiders don't have a back end. The Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think
it's a damn coin flip.
I'll stay with it.
Yeah.
I think the receivers are closer than what it might be.
Also, I said that the Chargers were not going to make the playoffs this year, so
yes,
this is the start to them not making the. This is the
and I said the Chargers
charging.
I said they both were actually. So
correct. So they're going to tie.
All right, let's go to Pack Vikings.
Home game. Give them 3 points. So technically, the Packers are probably favored 4.5 if this is in Lambeau.
Do you want to start this or do you want to finish it? I'm ready for all of my picks, so that's what on this.
Go
game.
ahead.
Minnesota.
Across the board.
Yeah. I think Minnesota wins this division this year. I think it starts with this game. They're setting it tone.
Over,
they're
under?
starting over. This game goes over.
I see this like a 24-21 game.
I see it as a 28-24 game. 27-24.
Yeah, God, it's right there at that cusp.
But I like the Vikings to win this division, and I think it starts with this game.
Give me the under, actually. Yeah, you're right. Good call. But yeah, I'm going to Minnesota. Absolutely. Especially coming out of the gate. They're squared away on their team. The Pack have a lot of questions and areas that they need to figure out.
Right.
Now, is it easy to... Will it be easy at any time to bet against Aaron Rodgers?
Yes.
No.
In the playoffs, 100%.
For him, like he elevates his team. He is a guy that can get it done with not super incredible talent around him.
It's going to take time, and not game one against division rival. So
this is actually oddly enough, I'm going over with a divisional game, but it's because the Vikings like to score late, and that's where I think.
Gotcha. Yeah. Did I just completely overlook my own team?
No, we're going back to Monday night.
Oh, okay.
He hasn't out of order.
Oh, yeah.
I added.
Let's go Saints Falcons.
Saints
baby.
Falcons. Saints 5.5 point favorites. 42.5 is the total.
Get it.
Do you want to finish or start?
I'm going to start this.
All right, let's see it.
One, I can never pick the Saints to win.
No,
don't matter how bad
you
my
haven't
team
ever.
Is, and I
You're
never will.
Start now.
Oh, definitely not start now. It's gonna be the money line, baby.
This is the Falcons on their way to. Was it 5+ wins?
4. I think 4.5.
Well, this is the Falcons in your mind on the way to the playoffs.
Yeah,
Yeah. So okay.
Because of the same scenario. I can't
Wow,
pick the
right.
Saints. So, yeah, they're going to the playoffs.
Somebody's winning this division at 6-11.
Is it the Bucks?
Absolutely.
Huh?
Is it the Bucks?
Nah, Panthers probably.
Panthers
in a
probably.
tiebreaker. Yeah.
Give me Falcons, and give me the over. We have weapons on offense. Hopefully the O-line holds up,
And so do the Saints.
and so do the Saints.
This number's too low.
It's way too low in my opinion, regardless of how bad or good.
But
you
it's
think they
low
are.
because of your offense expectations.
Expectations, correct? Yes,
And I completely agree with you. I'm on the over.
That's a low number. Low.
I think both of these
27,
teams
24.
probably have low expectations, lower than they have in the past.
Yeah. Although a lot of pundits
Obviously-
are high on the Saints for some reason.
They got weapons.
I'm going to go
But they have
statistics.
Jameis Winston at quarterback.
But when he's healthy, he's played
Is
at
he-
an above
Yep. And
average
is he healthy?
NFL quarterback. Right now he is.
No, he's not.
What's wrong with him right now?
He got hurt 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
Is it a lingering issue?
Did he get in an ice bath?
I don't know.
Oh, we missed that combo.
No, we didn't. We're gonna bring that up. We're getting Angie on. Yeah, we're gonna have to do it in the middle of the day because of
Is
practice.
she gonna unscience the science?
I don't know. It's gonna be awesome.
Will
But
she
yeah, that's what's gonna
unscience
happen.
The science. Sorry, that's a little sneak peek there.
I'm
Sneaky
just
sneak.
going
We're not
statistics with the under here because I took
divisional
happens
under.
like 66% of the time, so I went 66% of the time in these divisional games. That's
You know,
why I
like
took under.
one of the teams doesn't really have a defense, right?
I'm all about these NFL overs. Lock another over in
Might
for
as
me. Give me the Saints to win, but give me the Falcons to be competitive.
Young Hoku. Game-winning field goal. Just calling it.
Actually,
Calling it.
like that. I am actually super intrigued to watch Marcus Mariota again. I haven't seen him in the preseason. Like, has he
Wait,
been playing?
Give me New Orleans. I forgot that's who their quarterback is.
Hey,
Yeah,
he was the
no,
best
they're
quarterback in preseason.
That's fine.
Guys, I'm giving every positive thing I have. Okay,
That's fine.
and I will not every week.
I like
Just
Atlanta
this
to
week,
cover. I like Atlanta to cover, but
It's a touchdown. I think they'll be in the game.
I think
It's still a touchdown.
As long as they're in the game, I'm really happy. But they're going to win it. It doesn't matter. They're going to playoffs.
this is Iowa versus Iowa State, 21-17.
36-30.
I could see that.
That's big.
I could actually.
66 points.
I could actually see that.
These teams are not elite on defense, and
By
they
any
have
stretch.
weapons on offense. Both sides.
Both sides. So yeah, I see that. All right, little Sunday night football action. Oh, Broncos Seahawks
Russell making his return.
return. I don't know what to call them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I'm ready. I don't even have much to talk about it.
Go for it.
Not going to be close. Give me Broncos.
Broncos by 1 million, huh?
Broncos. Ooh. This is the tough part. 44.
How
kinda low.
good-
Average in the NFL's 51.
Yeah.
I'm going Denver over.
I'll take Denver in the under. I got to have an under in there somewhere because I'm sure as hell not going under in the Cowboys-Bucks game. So.
All right, well, I know that
This
pick.
could be like this could be like 28-17.
I mean, you think they get 17?
Give me the under. Yeah, I don't. I like. I'm stretching. Okay,
Right, I get it.
I'm stretching hard, and that's now that. Give me the under.
I went over because I think the Broncos are going to score, not because I think the Seahawks are going to score.
I don't think they're gonna score a ton. Broncos still got to figure some things out.
I think the
too.
Broncos might score 35.
That's fine.
I-
That's fine. They can
35
score-
Seahawks
17.
won't go 9.
Damn it. They might go to 10 though.
I know.
All right. No,
I'll live.
I
If
gotta
it's
go.
45, I'm living.
I
with
gotta
it.
go under in one game.
And you're not doing it. Bucks Cowboys.
Bucks Cowboys. No.
All right, so Bucks Cowboys
Monday Night
Monday Night
Football.
Football.
End
Bucks
of week.
2.5 point favorites going into Dallas. 51.
Dallas at home might as well be. I think they have. We talked about stadium values. I think theirs is negative. And it's not even because people don't show up. It's just because
They don't play well.
they're there for the fan experience. They're
Yeah.
not actually.
It's noise. It's background
cheering-
noise.
Right.
Yeah.
Either side.
In a huge ass.
Sometimes they're cheering too loud while Dallas is on offense,
They don't
creating
know what's going
penalties.
on.
Like
Yeah.
Dallas just picked up Jason Peters from the
Yeah.
Eagles, who just turned 40.
You have a 40-year-old starting
He's 40.
left tackle.
He's a man.
He's 40.
He's a man.
and he's your starting left tackle.
Hey, you know who can't hold 12 times a game? Peters. Not as good as Taylor. Or not Taylor.
Ty Smith?
Smith.
Tyron
Smith.
Not Ty Smith. Who's
the most...
other?
Let's see. What's the word? The prolific holder of tackles in the history of the NFL.
Has to average one a game, I swear.
One?
At least. His lifetime?
Over.
Oh.
I'll take the over.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
As a prolific
I would say
left tackle,
per 4 passes, he averages 2 holds. I'm not saying he gets called for him.
No,
that's how many he averages.
He has. Wow.
When we watched film.
I'm calling called for.
Holds, right.
Okay.
So,
wow.
Give me the over, as I stated. That's at 51. Cowboys defense is, I think, good, fast, all of those things. Bucks, similar. Both teams very vulnerable to the big play. Both offenses want to take advantage of the big play. Neither team is a ground and pound team anymore. The Cowboys would, I think, essentially love to get back to that, but they can't
get
running off back of Dak throwing the ball 50 times a game, and they play Zeke too much. So
here's our issue.
Yeah, here we are. Tom Brady, Bucks, everybody's doubting them. I mean, I'm going to take the Cowboys on both of these.
Yeah.
Just more from a fandom perspective, which is unlike
my
usually I don't feel that way.
It's early.
The Bucks offseason has just been
rocky roady.
Like as bad as the Patriots almost.
Yeah,
and like that's hard to do.
It's pretty
Tom's going through some shit.
Yes.
And
some
if anybody can
marital shit,
take that,
it'll be him
off the field, whatever, it's him. But they're also dealing, I mean, did Fournette lose 50 pounds in 3 weeks?
Guys, there's a lot of weird things happening down there.
Godwin's hurt.
Yeah.
They don't have Gronk.
There's
not
Julio
a secure
as a number 2.
I think Godwin might come back.
I'm not saying they're not. They're going to have some big plays in this game. Don't get me wrong. Like they'll find a way to score. I mean, I think I'm taking the over.
To me, it just feels early on for the Bucks. You've got older guys in a very awkward, weird situation, top to bottom. By the way, their whole offense is old,
right,
and has a lot of areas of injury.
Mm-hmm.
They got huge issues in the middle of that line.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're the better team overall, and Tom will figure it out. But I think both offenses will come out sputtering.
I just don't think that they're going to.
So give me Bucks under.
I don't think the Bucks are going to be able to. Like, I think they're going to have to throw. Mm-hmm. And like, quick, get Mike Evans involved. Get, by the way, whatever. But like, Brady doesn't have a lot of reps with these guys.
It worries me. Well, no, it makes me really happy.
But so I mean,
this game,
I'm almost more so talking myself into the under more than anything else. I'm not going to change, but ultimately, like, Dallas is going to give up some plays. Like, it's what they do. I just don't think they're going to give up. Like, they're not going to get pounded on the ground.
Oh, no. Quinn's going to shut that down. He's going to make Brady beat him.
And then I
see
think
his new weapons.
That Dak is going to throw the ball around, and they're going to try to do some stuff. And I think it's going to be slow out of the gates, but I think eventually both of these offenses will get rolling a little bit.
The interesting part will be how much Julio affects and how healthy he is. Mm-hmm. And I say that because you can't double Evans and Julio and then leave Rudolph in the middle wide open.
Right, but I mean, I don't think.
So how much does that come into play?
I don't think know. That Dallas is going to try to double Julio.
No. Quinn knows Julio enough. I think he's going to know what to do and how to, if they need to bracket him. I think they're going to play him straight up until proven.
And I don't even know that doubling Mike Evans to a point, like, I don't know what the stats are as far as doubling him, but the balls he catches are not
doubleable. Is that a word?
Right.
Like, they're just.
That's exactly the point, because it's a one-on-one ball. So if there's two guys there, there's two guys there, but there can't be two guys standing on top of each other.
Right.
I mean, he's a fade guy. He's a possession receiver guy who's going to get a lot of volume and catch a lot of possession type of 12 to 15-yard curl routes, dig routes, stuff like that. And then because of my fantasy selections this year, a lot of red zone targets.
All of them. They're all
Like all of
they're
them.
all going to Rudolph,
All
probably.
of the tight ends.
Rudolph is going to get a lot of red zone targets, and I think I need to pick
He doesn't
him up.
need any.
He doesn't
Mike
need
Evans,
zero negative.
Mike Evans needs all of them. Fournette can also get some because unfortunately I've got some crappy running backs, and he's one of them. So either
Playoff Lenny.
You guys,
either
as crazy
hand it
as
to
that
Lenny
sounds, those
or-
three guys might not, like Julio, Evans, and Fournette might not finish the year healthy.
and Brady.
And Brady.
Those guys are antiques.
Those four
They were
might
all top five
yeah.
draft picks back in 2006.
Yeah, so like clearly they might not survive.
Right.
Honestly,
No, yeah.
throughout this, but I mean they'll be fresh this game. That's about it.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I hope the Bucks only win 6 games this year. That'd be great.
Gosh, can't believe we goon locked on Minnesota beating the Packers.
Yeah. So
This is the only thing that I'll say.
I never became a
go back.
cornerback so fast.
This is the only thing that I'll go back to say about that game is as a Vikings fan, I wish every single year that this was played in Lambeau early, and then they played in Minnesota in December or January.
Right.
yeah. Where's the home field advantage there?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Gotta have it.
All right.
You gotta have it.
We got to put our picks in.
I'm solely going Tampa Bay for the fact that I think Godwin's going to play,
Oh,
and he is a game changer.
I don't disagree. I just don't think he's going to play. You think Gallup's going to play? Oh, yeah. Didn't even do research on my team.
Oh shit! The thing that sucks about the NFL is the minus 200. Eagles. Yeah, Eagles minus 195.
Wait, yeah, I got him at 198.
Why am I only seeing?
I don't like much else.
198.
Just getting in there, boys.
Hurry up.
I mean, I like the Dolphins better than the Patriots at 168.
Yep. I don't mind that.
Solely for just like you talked about, Cole, their offseason has been abysmal.
Your off season's been abysmal.
I'll take the. This is going to be my surprise team for the year. Is the Carolina Panthers? I'll take them at 124 over the Browns.
I do like that. That was my other.
The worst part is I agree.
Yeah.
I hate to say it.
Yeah. As far as surprise team or just
Yeah,
as far as that
surprise
game.
team.
Yeah.
Surprise team.
I just Baker's doesn't get any love because he's played injured and sucked on the Browns the last 2 years, and if he stays healthy,
Let's be real. McCaffrey's not finishing the season, unlike any other year.
yeah,
So
right.
spread lock. Give me the Colts minus 7. I hope it's better on FanDuel. Please be
7.5.
Son of a monkey. I'll take the 7 on the Colts.
Nah, I'll take the 7.
I'll take the 7.
I'll take the 7.
I mean, I like the Ravens minus 6.5 over the Jets.
Jets.
I guess that was my other one I should have took.
Jets.
That's also at 7. I'd rather have that one at 6.5. But money is on the Jets at plus 7. So
It's on the
Oh, really?
on the Ravens.
It's on the
at
Ravens
6.5.
at 6.5 on FanDuel.
yeah,
right. Exactly.
So
I think one of the weird ones for me.
I'm staying away from it.
One of the weird ones for me. I'm not changing, but
Give me the Broncos at 6.5 over the Seahawks.
I actually don't hate the Bengals minus 6.5 over Pittsburgh.
49ers over the Bears is another one I like.
Niners,
6.5.
Bears, over under 41. I guess you have 2 quarterbacks that you have no idea what's going to happen.
Ding, ding, ding.
So that's fair.
Game screams 20-17.
Sure does.
I mean, I think 49ers will score more points.
I actually like the Colts Texans over 45.5. That's mine.
I don't see the Texans scoring more than 10. I'll give them 17.
Will you?
No, I'll give them 13, just to be fair. I'm gonna go Falcons Saints over 42.5. It's so low. I've got to take it. And the D-Gen pick?
I gotta get my over here.
What upset city are we gonna put in this place that I know won't?
What'd you take, Stoy?
What? I took the Falcons Saints at 42.5.
Man.
This D-Gen pick is terrible.
I think I'm going
This week's
to
absolutely horrible to
take
try and pick.
That's not good. Ooh, I got mine though.
Dolphins, Patriots
Under
46.5.
Yep, I can see that too.
46.5.
Yeah.
All right. You got your D-Gen pick?
Sure do. Where the hell to go? Hold on. Timeout. Oh, yeah. Give me the G-Men over the Titans plus 210. G-Men.
Titans on the way to missing the playoffs.
Yeah.
I
You like that?
I'm not taking it, but
No,
I like
but
it.
that's
but
what's
I will,
happening.
I will
It's
cheer that up.
198.
We'll give it to
Yeah,
him.
but
We'll
we
give
will.
it to him.
That's 210 here.
Average
Average
is over 200.
204.
I will take it at 210.
We'll give it to you at 204.
I will take it at 210.
Too bad.
I'll place that bet.
All right, we got to get bets in here so we can get our parlay in. 4 minutes for a parlay.
I do realize I'm going to put a bonus available.
Oh. Freaking terrible. I mean, I'm just going to go with
Holy crap. I've got
the unknown and the Chicago Bears at plus 250 over the Niners.
For those that are wondering, holy crap. Every NFL game right now has a 10-point early win.
Oh, nice.
Oh, well,
Cole, what's
I'll
your
take the Cardinals to beat the Chiefs. Plus 210. Cardinals at home. Chiefs with early season struggles last year.
fair. I like it.
Yeah, that was the only other one that
That's
can
just
see that.
me spitballing a plus 210.
All right, so moneyline locks. We got Philadelphia for Stoy, Miami for myself, and Carolina for Cole. Spread locks, we got Colts at -7 for Stoy, 7.5 on FanDuel, but 7 for him. We got Baltimore at -6.5 for myself, and Cole took Denver at -6.5. Over under locks, Stoy went the Falcons Saints over 42.5. I went the Colts Texans over 45.5, and which goes against my percentages, but that's fine. Cole went Miami New England under 46.5, which fits that mold. D-Gen picks, we got the Giants at plus 210 over the Titans, the Bears plus 250 over the Niners, and the Cards plus 210 over the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Big parlay.
Big parlay. Welcome. Our fireside chat. This one's gonna be hot. A couple of topics will be overall trust in a relationship between your planner and yourself.
It's our job to figure out what's in the best interest for you.
We have to start this thing early.
How do I play this game patient enough to see this trade turn to fruition?
Real estate in general can have a lot of tax benefits to you.
Listen and subscribe to the No BS Wealth podcast on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.
So Buffalo money line, Minnesota money line, Denver money line.
Are you putting them in?
Buffalo.
Because we can mix college and NFL, right?
I believe so.
I thought so too.
Minnesota and Denver.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that gets us up to 386 to start. NCAA.
Just stay in the NFL. Let's go through there. Baltimore over Jets. Money line.
Yep.
You good with that?
I am. Colts over Texans.
Colts over Texans. Yep.
Bengals over Steelers, or are you not good with it?
I think Trubisky's going to be. I think the Steelers are going to be
I
better
don't
than people
disagree.
think. The rest of there's not any of the rest of the game. Broncos, we already put in right?
Yeah.
Besides that, there's none of the other games that I feel,
No.
as far as big
I
parlay
agree.
games, that I feel
I agree.
comfortable with.
NCAA, A&M over App State.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it does allow us. So
Kansas State, Missouri.
you like Kansas State over Missouri?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Missouri did play better in week 1 than I anticipated, but I
Right.
still don't think they lose to Kansas State.
I think Penn State, that's too big, maybe, the 2,500.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to hurt anything, though, and I think they win.
Yeah.
So, but it's a 25-team max, so that's something we can come back
Yeah.
to.
Bama, Texas,
Bama, Wisconsin.
USC over Stanford.
Yep.
You liked Vandy.
Yeah, I mean, Miami.
Yeah, that's huge, but yeah.
It's probably worth Notre Dame. That's not big enough. I don't like that game. Michigan State's a wash. West Virginia or Kansas. Jeez, I didn't see that game was only 13.5. That should have been my lock. West Virginia.
It was going to be mine.
Kansas.
Eastern
Oklahoma State. Did you hit that?
uh,
Over Arizona State?
Yes.
And West Virginia. You saw that. Mississippi State over Arizona. And Boise State over New Mexico. Get both of those. That's all the games that I have.
Sorry, Mississippi State, Boise State.
Oh, that's why it's not featured. Bastard.
UTEP over New Mexico State.
Sorry, I'm just
780. It's way down at the bottom. I like it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nebraska over. Nebraska. I mean, they're 22.5 point favorites.
I mean, North Carolina is not losing to Georgia State, are they?
I don't think so, but Stoy took them.
Yeah, and he took it as a DGen pick, so that's why I didn't know.
Cal over UNLV. 580.
580. Memphis, Maryland, 580. Cal. Yeah, I like that.
I mean, I personally like ECU over Old Dominion, but they're both like I just don't know what to think about that
Say
game.
probably not from a. Yeah, right. Both of those teams overachieved this week.
Right. I mean, do you know enough about Eastern Michigan and Louisiana Lafayette?
Or Texas State and FIU. FIU must be terrible, though.
Auburn. I mean, I'll take Auburn in that game.
I mean, I'm surprised Tulsa's favored over NIU. Yeah, Auburn, Nebraska. You took UTEP already, right?
Yeah.
And Mississippi State and Boise State.
Yep.
How many does that put us at?
I'm at 21 legs right now.
Okay. Where are we at
The
now?
other ones, we did we lock on Florida
Florida.
over Kentucky?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all picked Florida to win.
I mean, I'm comfortable with that.
Yep.
We all picked Baylor to win over BYU.
And Tennessee over Pittsburgh. That's going to move it huge, too.
Where is that game? Where is it up top?
11 o'clock game.
Yeah, it's up top.
Perfect.
We got one more leg. I'm at 24 with a plus 30,838.
Oh, geez.
But it's because we took up Baylor
Right.
at plus money.
You took Wisconsin.
I mean, Wake Forest, Vanderbilt. You liked Vandy. You like Vandy.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan. I mean, Wake Forest quarterback's hurt.
Duke
so,
Northwestern.
I don't understand that line. Is Duke that bad?
I don't think so, honestly. So
I
I
don't
don't like
trust
it.
Northwestern.
I mean, we could add in Maryland over Charlotte if we needed to
Yeah,
pad
like
it with one more.
Do you like Memphis over? I just don't like teams playing against academy schools that I don't know anything about.
Right.
Yeah, let's just throw the Maryland game in, and
Yeah, the other one is Toledo over Massachusetts.
or Colorado State over Middle Tennessee.
I don't want to pick Colorado State
Yeah, I
after
don't
what they
like-
just
right,
happened
I
against
don't-
Michigan because I don't know enough now.
I don't disagree either with that.
All right, so
No, let's go to the ECU. Let's go to the Eastern Carolina over Old Dominion.
we are at 35,994.
Love it.
20 to win, $7,189.90.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Gosh. I just cannot believe we didn't hit last week.
That's so frustrating.
Oh, man. That would have been a season maker on week 1.
What's gonna kill us is what's so tough is the NFL.
Right. No, 100%. All right. Take us home. I guess it doesn't. I don't know if it matters tonight.
Oh, that's because I clicked through. As always, everybody, like, subscribe, follow, share. We appreciate you. Stay tuned for next week. Something just clicked. I'm not real sure what that noise was, but
Enjoy NFL week 1.
NFL week 1, college football week 2, a lot of movement in the AP polls like we talked about. We love it, but what are your thoughts?
See what next week brings.
Take care.
It's time.